get started, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us, taking the time out, and coming to talk to this young rising star. We're looking to make a joint announcement next week on the undercard for Mayweather McGregor. Obviously, Gervonta is going to be the co-main event, so we're very excited about that. And shoot away.
Gervonta, usually when people are on TMZ, it's always negative. You're always on there with big sensational celebrities. Tell us about you and Drake.
Yeah, take your food for me.
Yeah, actually been great. Working with Drake, you know, I work with some of his guys, strengthening conditioning while we're in Houston. You know, we actually went hunting after that. So it felt amazing just having a guy like him beside me to back me.
Gervonta, you show no signs or indications of not being able to handle all of this attention. That may not have been the case like 2 years ago when people were concerned about the lights, the cameras, and everything. Is that the case? And when did that happen that you really feel like you were able to handle all of this?
I believe I was born for this. I don't think I was built into it. You know, I think that it's either in you or it's not. You know, and I believe that what I've been through in life, you know, it helped me. You know, and keep me humble. So I believe I was built for it.
Do you feel the same way about your actual performances in fights? Because there may have been a fight or two before you fought, like Pedraza, or before you fought, you know, over in England, where maybe you weren't poised all the way through. But before each of those fights, you said this is what's going to happen, and you were very efficient in accomplishing that.
I believe that I was new on TV and things like that, so you know, they was giving me opponents, you know, and I was fighting on them opponents' level, you know. But I believe that once I continue to fight and go up the scale, you know, I believe that the skills that y'all didn't see that will come out, and that's what it make me a pay-per-view star.
Was it the two opponents specifically, the fact that they were both undefeated, the level of competition, their skills, and the challenge you? What was it?
I mean, I just feed off of you know, their skills. You know, they're gonna fight in a boring fight, then that's gonna make me boring. You know, but they're gonna fight somebody that's, you know, that's action packed. You know, then that's gonna bring the best out of me. So it's based on the opponents, and yes.
Gervonta, you're obviously still very young, but you're also an accomplished champion. What we've seen a lot with accomplished champions recently is they're just not fighting as often as maybe they want to or we want them to. And younger fighters generally fight more often. How many fights per year would you like?
It's really not up to me. You know,
just like ideally, forget about like negotiations and politics. I'm just saying.
Again, I can't. It's not just up to
Even
me.
Leonard, they're not here. No one's here. It's me and you.
Nah, I have the best team in boxing. I believe. You know, I think we've been doing great. You know, I'm undefeated, and I want to stay this way.
No, we want to see you. That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
That's right. You know, it's up to my team and making the right decision. You know, again, I'm 18 and I'm 22 years old. You know, and, I want to fight, but I think I've been fighting a lot.
Yes, you have.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't saying you weren't. I wasn't saying you weren't.
Yeah,
it's just not everyone at your age gets a scrap suddenly and has people not want to fight them. That's sort of unusual. It's a good thing, but it's unusual.
Well, when you're as entertaining a fighter as Gervonta is, you know, things get to happen because not only you got fans putting pressure, you got network putting pressure.
Network's putting pressure.
You know, I mean, not a repression, but we know he's an entertaining fighter. He gives the fans what they want to see. He's taking fights at a level well beyond what you'd expect at 17, 18, 19 fights in. So he's got a long career ahead of him. But I think we all agree, in discussing his career, the best thing is to keep him busy and keep him learning and moving forward.
Did that dynamic, though, in terms of learning, and also the fact that he's also already a champ, make it difficult for getting an opponent for this upcoming co-main event? Or at least factor into the process?
He's getting to that point. I'm not saying that he's super avoided, but it is definitely, after the last two performances in particular, it's definitely becoming more difficult to find guys to fight.
Because I think a lot of people tonight thought we were going to get to find out who the opponent was, just because it's getting close to the fight.
Yeah, I mean, the key thing is, undercard is set. I think, really what the promotion has decided is so as not to take away from tonight's fight, which is, a super high level event. To keep it quiet, we probably would have announced it earlier this week. It's definitely set. Gervonta knows who he's fighting. He's done a real good job of not letting it slip out. Yeah, so it's going to be someone, with all the fights on the card, who has an ample time to prepare. This is not a 4-week opponent. They've known. It's just one of those things that, by some miracle, it's been able to keep the secret until the time we wanted to announce it.
August 26th is the biggest fight of our lifetime, Gervonta. I don't think we're ever going to see these kind of numbers. 2 years ago, you fought in front of 1,000 people. Now you may fight in front of 1 billion people. How does that feel?
It felt great. Actually, my last fight, I said that I would be in pay-per-view less than a year. And so happened, my next fight, I'm on pay-per-view. So I'm very thankful to have the men that I have that's backing me, my team. Just feels amazing, and I'm ready.
Now, Gervonta, you're from Baltimore. When you turn on the news, you don't always see positive stories. How does it feel being a positive person, having your own billboard, the Under Armour deal, things like that? And what did you learn just coming up from being raised in Baltimore?
Just having the billboard up itself just showed that where I come from, the kids that I used to run with and things like that, they're showing them that, wherever you're going through, just stay focused. Wherever you're going, stay focused on that, and somehow you will make it. I get a lot of DMs now, just when they see my billboard, it make it feel like it's them because they've been around me. We went out to eat together, and I'm actually still in the city of Baltimore, doing great things, so it gives them more motivation.
Along those lines, Gervonta, that's a huge responsibility for anybody coming from the background you came from before. 22-year-old, how do you handle that? What does that mean to you to be, a role model like that?
It's either, this life or what I've been through, and I'd rather have this on my plate, than what I used to, in my life, So it's all about just staying focused and continue to motivate, continue to put smiles on people's face in a good way, and just giving these kids motivation, giving them that not father figure that they don't have, but just a big brother, and just giving them that motivation.
Now,
You still walk through the neighborhoods?
I'm not in the neighborhoods no more because I'm getting bigger, so I'm definitely still in Baltimore City now.
Now, Gervonta, earlier in your fights, the first few fights on television, you kind of went out there, you bombed your opponent out of there pretty quickly. You showed that you could knock guys out. But in your last fight, you showed, excellent boxing skills, and you showed that you have defense and you could do basically everything that a world champion should be able to do. Now, do you feel that you want to display more of those skills, or are you trying to excite the fans and keep going out there and getting these knockouts so people can know, you know, how hard you hit or whatnot?
I'm just here to do my job, you know, and that's put on a great performance every time I step into a boxer, you know, whatever the fans like, that's what we're gonna give them, you know, and that's explosiveness, you know, impact fights, and that's what I'm here for.
Speaking about entertainment, I was watching Showtime International, the fight in the UK, and I see the ring entrance. You come out to Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, and it was incredible, highly entertaining. Is that something, a ring entrance like that, can we expect from you going forward?
I believe that it's going to get better and better. You know, I believe that that's exactly. I think that's what boxing missing too. You know, I'm here to bring back all the things that boxing is missing, even the ring, walking to the ring, even in the fights. You know, calling out fighters. I'm really not into calling out fighters, but you know, I'm trying to bring back all around the board. You know, what boxing is missing.
How you doing, Steven? This is for either Steven or Leonard. The hardcore fans want to know about the undercard. So you're saying that the undercard is set, but when will you announce it?
We're scheduling an announcement this week. You know, again, it probably would have been done this past week, but we didn't want to sort of part of the challenge of doing an event as big as Mayweather McGregor. It tends to overshadow just about everything in its path. So we wanted to make sure this fight got the attention it should have. So we postponed it a couple of weeks, but we do expect that there'll be an announcement this week.
So will hardcore fans be excited about this undercard?
I believe so. You know, this is it's a big opportunity for the sport of boxing. There's going to be a lot of fans who probably never bought a pay-per-view of any kind before, and that's one of the reasons Gervonta's in the co-feature, because it's guaranteed excitement and entertainment. He's just got a very fan-friendly style.
Connecting to that fan-friendly style for a second, Gervonta, you've got a knock.